Is this straight? I think it's good. Hey, my spooky babes, welcome back. Go ahead and grab a warm drink, a blanket, dim the lights, and settle in because today we got 3 true stories that I found on the internet. And we're going to keep today's video nice and chill. We're diving into 3 real lifetime stories that are documented, real, and just plain confusing. No jump scares, no loudness, just real events where reality kind of bent a little bit and left everyone scratching their heads. So let's dive right in, starting with story number 1. So the first story is the vanishing of Dalen Pua. Back in February of 2015, an 18-year-old named Dylan Pua was visiting his grandmother on the island of Oahu, Hawaii. Dalen was adventurous and loved nature and decided that he wanted to hike the famous Hi'iku stairs known as the Stairway to Heaven. Now that seemed high up, and if anybody know me, I don't like heights. I don't understand the fascination with going high or deep in the ground or anywhere that nobody's supposed to be. I don't understand it, but I digress. Now, if you're not familiar with the Stairways to Heaven, it's an extremely steep, beautiful trail made of over 3,000 metal steps built up high in the mountain ridge. It was actually closed to the public at one time because of damage, but hikers still went up there all the time. People doing stuff they're not supposed to be doing. Just like cave divers. Doing stuff they're not supposed to do. People get shocked when they're no longer here. I don't understand. Dalen told his family his plan, packed a small bag, and left early in the morning. Around 11 a.m., he texted his family a few pictures of the trail showing the thick fog rolling over the mountain ridge. Everything seemed completely normal. That's usually how it starts. Everything's completely normal, and then out of nowhere, something goes wrong. Oh, nature is creepy. But when he didn't return that evening, his family called search and rescue, and a massive search effort started. Helicopters, search dogs, and local volunteers, firefighters, they scoured the mountain ridge for days. And then Dalen's family started going through the photos that he texted them right before he disappeared. And in one of the photos, a picture of the foggy trail winding up the mountain. And if you zoom in the background, nestled in the brush near the path, there's a man. Usually, let me not say that. It's not always men, but usually it is. Wearing a dark shirt, standing in the high vegetation, almost completely still, looking out towards the trail. Ugh. Dalen family had no idea who this man was, and the search teams reviewed the photo and tried to track down anyone who might have been on the trail that morning, but no one ever identified the man. Oh, that's why I was like, why would you want to go out in the wilderness all alone or just anywhere alone? Oh, I mean, I understand people should be able to do that, but there's always a risk to it, and that's what scares me. To this day, neither Dalen nor any of his gear has ever been found on that mountain. Was the man in the brush just another hiker? Or did Dalen run into someone up in that fog-covered ridge? Did he fall down? It's a mystery that hangs over the island. Oh my gosh. Like, would you guys like go on a hike that's real high up in the air where it's hard? And I also heard that the higher you go on that mountain, it's kind of hard to breathe. Like, would you do something like that? Me, personally, I'm not a nature girl. Now, I go out in the city or maybe go on a farm or something like that, but I ain't going to no nature. Let me know down in the comments. Would you do something like that? And what do you think happened to Dalen? Did you think the man got him? Maybe he got lost up on the mountain, or maybe he fell in the water, or what do you think happened to Dalen? So the second story is called The Eerie Silence of Benetton Triangle. Benetton. I hope I'm pronouncing it wrong. God knows I can't pronounce stuff, but I can read. I just can't pronounce it. But let's go into our second story. So our second story takes us to the southwestern Vermont in the area around Glacier Mountain known as the Benetton Triangle. Between 1945 and 1950, a string of strange disappearances happened here. And within the tiniest radius and under weird circumstances. That's usually how it starts. Okay, but let's get into it. The most famous one happened on December 1st, 1949. A 68-year-old man named James Tedford was riding a bus home to Benetton after visiting his family in Burlington. James was sitting on the bus surrounded by other passengers. The bus driver confirmed James was on board at least the last stop before Benetton. It was just an ordinary and quiet ride on the bus and throughout the Vermont mountains. Here we go, the wilderness and mountains and stuff. But I mean, you can't fault them because sometimes you got to go through the woods. So I understand that part. But when the bus finally arrived at the Bennington station, the driver looked in the rearview mirror and James was gone. Okay, so he didn't see him get off, or the bus is stopped and the doors is closed and then James is just not there. Like, what's going on? Okay, so his luggage was still sitting on the overhead rack. The bus schedule was sitting open on his empty seat. So he's gone. None of his stuff is gone, but himself is gone. James himself was nowhere on the bus. Nobody saw him standing up. Nobody saw him get off the stop. And the bus haven't stopped anywhere else along the highway. Oh, he simply ceased to exist somewhere on that stretch of road. So you're telling me that somebody just disappeared off a bus. Nobody saw him. He didn't make a noise or nothing. Oh, that's creepy. Oh my God, I got chills. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just a year later, in 1950, an 8-year-old boy named Paul Gibson disappeared from a nearby farm on the same area. That's what I'm saying. Oh, this is why I don't like the wilderness or just anywhere that's in the woods. Like, I kind of live in a small town, kind of by the woods, but not that near the woods. Oh, I got the chills. Search dogs picked up his scent and followed it directly to a local highway, where the scent trail suddenly vanished at the exact same time where another hiker had disappeared 4 years earlier. Oh, Bennington disappearance stops after 1950, leaving historians, locals with zero answers. Oh my gosh. Look, I thought I heard something. But oh my, do you guys think it's aliens or something like that? Because I do believe in aliens. Like, I don't think the paranormal would do something like that. But like maybe aliens or something magical. You think they could probably go through a magical portal or something like that? I don't know. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, usually when people disappear, there's clues. But the fact that they don't see, can't find nothing, that don't sit right with me. Oh, well, let's go into this third and last story. Story number 3, the mystery of the SS Orange Median. So, our final story takes us out to the sea. And this is another place I don't like. Deep water. With no land to see. Back in June 1947, in the Strait of Malacca, near the Indonesia, I hope I pronounced that right, multiple ships traveling through the strait picked up a frantic distress signal in Morse code from a Dutch freighter named the SS Orange Median. The message was broken up, but the operator sent out a chilling message. All officers, including captain, are dead. Lying in the chart room and bridge. Possibly whole crew dead. Then there was a pause of scrambled codes, followed by 2 final words. I die. A nearby American merchant ship, the Silver Star, immediately changed course to rescue them. When they pulled up along the side of the Orange Median, the ship looked entirely undamaged, but no one responded to their calls or air horns. A boarding party from the Silver Star climbed onto the deck. See, that couldn't be me. Like, if I know somebody just died and they don't know the cause, I'm not getting on no ship. Because what if it was like a chemical or something like that? Like chemical warfare or something like that. Like, why would I get on the same ship? This person is brave because it couldn't be me. What they found was like a scene straight out of a nightmarish movie. The entire crew was dead, but there was no sign of struggle, blood, or visible injuries on anyone. What was truly terrifying to the boarding crew was the expressions on the sailors' faces. Their eyes was wide open, their mouth gaped, staring up at the sky as if paralyzed by absolute terror. This got to be something paranormal. There's no way that this is not something paranormal. Oh my gosh. Okay. Even the ship's dog was found dead, frozen in a posture of growling at nothing. As the crew prepared to tow the vessel to a port, a fire suddenly broke out in the lower cargo hold. Okay. Thunder. The boarding party would have scared me. That came out of nowhere. The boarding party was forced to evacuate back to the Silver Star just minutes before the orange median exploded and sank to the ocean floor, taking all evidence with it. To this day, theories range from accidental carbon monoxide poisoning, okay, to leaking hazardous cargo. But because of the vessel sinking so quickly, we'll never know for sure what horrified the crew in those final moments. Okay. I think it's paranormal. And once again, I think it could be a portal. They might have sailed through a portal or something. Or something paranormal got on the board and killed everyone. To like maybe get their energy essence or feed off their energy or something. That's my theory. But we'll never know. Me, it's so crazy how vast the world is and how many stories just refuse to fit in neat little explanations, you know? Which of these stories stood out to you the most? Do you think there's a rational explanation on why these events happened on the Huaki Stairs or the SS Orange Median? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I love reading these. They're so spooky, but so cool. And if you enjoyed these stories, please consider subscribing and giving the videos a huge thumb up. It really helps out my channel, especially since I'm trying to grow this channel. So if you would, that'll help me out. Stay safe, take care of yourself, have a spooky night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my spooky babes.